Hello, thank you for joining me on this corner of YouTube. You know what's weird? We live in a time where everybody wants attention, but nobody wants to admit that they want attention. And honestly, I think social media is slowly destroying authenticity. Not completely, though, but enough that people are starting to perform their lives instead of living them. And the crazy part is, the same apps we use to connect with people are also making a lot of us feel disconnected from ourselves. I saw this clip of Gary Vee speaking to somebody at an event. The guy asked him something like, how do I stay consistent on TikTok or Instagram without falling into doom scrolling? And Gary Vee basically responded by saying, you're a loser if you don't have discipline. Now, listen, I actually respect Gary Vee. He's helped a lot of people. He's smart. He has motivated a generation of entrepreneurs. But I didn't like that response, not even one bit. Not because discipline doesn't matter, but because I think it ignored how powerful these platforms actually are. Gary Vee became successful in a different internet era. Back then, attention spans were longer, algorithms were weaker, short form addiction wasn't this extreme. Today, the internet is different. These apps are designed by billion-dollar companies whose entire business model depends on one thing: keep scrolling, keep scrolling. That's it. The longer you stay, the more money they make. Did I just rhyme? Anyway, so when people reduce all this to just have discipline, I think that oversimplifies the problem because now you're not just fighting laziness. You're fighting algorithms, dopamine manipulation, endless stimulation, the rhymes, comparison, outrage, validation addiction every single day. Like, be honest. How many times have you opened TikTok for 5 minutes if you have TikTok or Instagram, and suddenly it's dark outside, your room is hot, and you have irregular heartbeats, and your phone is on 2%, and somehow you know celebrity drama that has absolutely nothing to do with your life. Meanwhile, the thing you actually wanted to do never happened. Is that normal? That is not normal. That's digital hypnosis. That is digital hypnosis. And here's the contradiction nobody talks about. Creators tell you don't scroll. They tell you don't scroll, become disciplined and create. But their success literally depends on people scrolling. That's the uncomfortable truth. If everybody suddenly became perfectly disciplined overnight, a huge part of the creator economy would collapse. No binge watching, no doom scrolling, no emotional engagement, no rage clicks. So sometimes I think creators accidentally become disconnected from the reality of the people consuming their content, especially creators who build their audience before the algorithm became this aggressive. But I don't even think social media itself is the biggest problem anymore. I think the bigger problem is what it is doing to authenticity. Everybody is branding themselves now. Hey, everybody is curating, performing, optimizing. People don't post moments anymore, they post strategies. Even regular people are becoming mini content managers of their own lives. And slowly you stop asking, who am I? And start asking, what performs well? That is dangerous because eventually you can become successful online while feeling completely disconnected from yourself offline. And honestly, that's something I'm trying to avoid with my brand and my channel. Because yes, I want subjective to grow. Yes, I want people to see my work, but I don't want to become a prisoner to algorithms in the process. I don't want to wake up every day thinking, what can I post for attention? Instead of, what do I genuinely think? There's a difference. And I think a lot of people can feel that difference now. People are craving honesty again, not perfection, not performance, honesty. I'm not saying social media is evil. No, I'm not saying discipline doesn't matter. Personal responsibility still matters. But I also think we need to stop pretending these platforms are harmless because they are changing how we think, how we relate, how we value ourselves, and how we experience life. And maybe the real challenge now is figuring out how to use social media without letting it use us. Anyway, keep living subjective.